And good afternoon, and welcome to Through the Static. This is Stephen, the medium, your host, and I am solo today, all by myself. Can I sing Celine Dion's "All by Myself"? I think I did a better version, just saying. But I'm so excited. You know, every time I hear that theme song, "Lot of Love," I still get shivers. It brings me back to July of 2018 when it was my first ever Through the Static radio show, and I was so nervous. And I had Elix, who I will talk about in a second, with me. And, you know, if you even back me up a couple of years ago, prior to 2018, or maybe even a year before that, there's no way in ever I would have ever thought I could do a radio show. Never. And never mind a live radio show on this wonderful WARA 1320 AM. I think that's the first time I've ever even said that. So, how is everybody? I'm so excited I'm here. Just if you're waiting to hear from, as I call him many times, the Puerto Rican, Elix is not here. So Elix abandoned me. And you know, the great thing is I can say whatever I want now. And he has no rebuttal because he's not here. He'll probably wait till the next time we come on, and he probably will. Hopefully he's listening. So Monday morning, he left to go to Texas and spent several days in Texas. He did a presentation for one of his clients. And then halfway through the week, Wednesday, he left Texas to go to Nebraska. And that's another division of the same client and organization, and did a presentation there too in Nebraska. So, but it seems from what Elix said, as I'm not surprised, his presentations were amazing. Everybody loved them. I mean, how do you not love Elix, right? It's very easy to love Elix, and he is, I know, ready to come back. So he left Nebraska this morning, and he landed in Boston at Logan, I think after 12. So I'm not sure where he is coming here. He did a really smart thing, though. He did get a car service to bring him and to take him back. He's probably napping because I know he was really tired. It was one of those things that you do a presentation for, like, I think he said 5 hours. Then you finish, go into the hotel room for a moment, and then you're going to dinner. And despite how he said so many of the people there are amazing, he was tired. So, and he showed me, I think it's the CEO and his wife. He took a picture of them, and I got to tell you, that wife is just darling. I last summer, I think. Was it last summer or this summer? I think they were planning on coming to the Cape, and I was going to get to meet them, but they never did. So hopefully at some point they will. So enough about Elix, even though he did abandon me. And as I just talked to my producer, Mark, before we started the show, that he said, I'm really glad you made it through. You're here. You know, you ate, because if you're the first time listening, you know, or you will know, I don't know how to do anything in the kitchen. So Monday night was perfect. I set it up and went to dinner with my best friend, Paul. And I posted on social media. We were there probably like 3.5 hours in this restaurant. And when we were came up for air after this conversation and talking, we looked around and Paul said, "There's no one here." We were the only ones in this restaurant. I actually posted it on social media, a picture of the two of us, and then just a picture of the restaurant with nobody there. I don't know what happened. When we started, there was a full restaurant. And then when we ended, nobody except us. That was the greatest thing. We don't get to do that a lot. Because when we see him, he comes down and, it's probably about 50 minutes away because we're on the Cape and he's in Rhode Island. So Elix is always with me. And then another best friend, Susan's with us. So it just worked out well. And we got to just chat like we used to do. And we've been best friends since freshman year of high school. So that was really cool. And then Tuesday, I had an event in my office, which I usually do every month and a half, 2 months. The office is so amazing because it is a huge office, and I can fit 20 people in there easily. I mean, I say fit because I only have 20 chairs, and so I can do a group of 20. And when they come in, everyone gets a reading, which is It's exhausting for me because I got to hit 20 people, but it is an amazing event. So this one was incredible. Shout out to Patty, who is our who's our realtor who found us this house in the Cape, but she's way more than that. She's just, we love Patty, and she's definitely, we consider her family. And so she came with some of her girlfriends, and it was just terrific. But I just got to tell you quickly, because if you're not on social media, or if you are on social media and you just didn't happen to see this, I'm doing the event Tuesday night. And there's two rows, so I pretty much have like one side and one side, like it's like 5, 5, 5, and 5, or it's very close to that to make up the 20 seats. So I get to the other side of the room that was the second half of doing readings, and I start reading this daughter and her mom, and it was a very, very emotional reading, because it came up in the reading that she had lost a child and she miscarried. So that was intense, and there was some other things that I won't get into. But I said to her, I asked her who Rose was, and she said her very good friend Erin Rose had passed away. And clearly, she looked like she was probably in her, somewhere like late 20s, I guess, somewhere around there. So she looked surprised and said, I can't believe she's here. So she gave some validations, which were so cool. And I think she really needed to hear that based on what was going on. And there was some other emotional things going on in her life. So just to hear like a friend, a very good friend that is now in spirit, came through above and beyond like her family was really, really cool. So, and I was trying to do my best and to try to translate that spirit was saying, hold on, honey, like it's going to get better, and all these validations. So I finished with her and her mother. And in the front row, because they were in the back row, in the front row is another daughter and mom. So I start reading them, and they were terrific too. The whole group was terrific. And as I was reading the mom and daughter, I said also, because I don't remember what I said 2 seconds ago. I also said, this was like into the reading. What are the roses? Like, who are the roses? What are the roses? And the mother looks at me and says, the house I grew up in with my family, the family that purchased that house, we're still really good friends with, and we still have contact. Their last name are the Roses, and that's how we reference them, as the Roses. And I'm like, oh my God, and this is her mother and father, so her daughter's grandparents coming through, and the mother and father who lived in that house and raised their kids. So it was it made sense that they would bring up the house that they grew up in, which they do a lot, because it's like a heartfelt memory, and I love that. So when the mom is talking to me about the Roses, she just casually says, yeah. And I don't remember all the names, but I remember Henry. She said something like, there's Amy Rose and Henry Rose. And when she said that, the girl that I just finished reading, the one that lost a child, like leans forward and sort of looks at me and says, Stephen, I'm sorry that she was interrupting. And she leans forward and says, did you say Henry Rose? And so the mom in the front row turns back and says, yes. And she said, that's my friend. I think it was Erin, the Erin Rose. I think that's what I said. Erin Rose, that's her brother. And then she looks at her daughter and says, oh my God, they lost Erin. They lost their daughter. It was the wildest reading I think I've ever had. And these people did not know each other. And the fact that Erin Rose, was not only there for her good friend because she knew what she was going through and stuff that was happening, but the fact that she not only came through, and there's a lot of people in this girl's family that could have just consumed the reading, right? Because with 20 people, I don't have a lot of time. I got to keep moving because I got to get through 20 people. But Erin Rose made a point, knowing that she was not only connected and helped her girlfriend, but she also knew that the next people I was going to start reading were the people that sold their house to Erin's family. I mean, you can't make that up. I mean, how wild is that? And I mean that the great thing about that group Tuesday night was every single person was intensely listening to every reading. It was incredible. But when that happened, the entire, like the whole room, you just heard the ahs and the oh my god, oh my god. But it was one after another, and also now that I think of it, shout out to Roberta, who is the manager of the chateau in Norton, who we also love. And it was so cool because, I don't know the majority of people coming to those groups because, one person can purchase four tickets. So the other three, I have no idea who they are. And many times the person that even purchases it, I don't even know them if they're new to me. So was opening, holding the door to let people in, and I saw Roberta, and it took me a second to like process, like that's Roberta, and it was her birthday, and they brought that up, and there was many many things. So and also don't get any better than Roberta. She's pretty amazing, and her family's amazing too. So that was Tuesday, and the last two nights, Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, I had a follow-up to one of my courses, Healing with Sumadi, and that ended, I don't know, about a month and a half ago, I think, or 2 months. And this was just like a follow-up to see how everybody's doing, and mostly everyone came on via Zoom, and I love seeing everybody, which was really wild, and really went through every person, and asked how they were doing, and how the course has either changed their perception, change their life, or how they extract parts of it out to help them. And it was pretty amazing. One participant, Katie, who takes all my courses, and she's just got to be the most adorable thing, said to me, when we got to her, she started saying about, she got a promotion and she's doing phenomenally well in life and whatnot. And she's engaged and she bought a house, and she said to me, and to everybody, she said, you got to keep teaching courses, because every time I take a course of yours and finish, something amazing happens. So I'm like, well, listen, it's, from your mouth to God's ears. I got to keep doing it then. But I love teaching and teaching stuff that I've learned. The last class was something I had never even had knowledge of, Sumadi, and it's just like the 8 limbs of yoga. It was wild. Sumadi is one of the limbs, and I just wanted to focus on that one because that's really the meditation piece of it. So it was really amazing. And I actually even had someone in the class that was, I'm not going to get this completely right, but was definitely certified as a yoga instructor. So it was really cool to have her there and have her in there. So I cannot believe how easy it is. Maybe Elix is right that I just talk a lot, I guess. I don't know. I can't believe I just looked, and it's time for a break. So listen, if you want a reading, listen, it's free. 508-222-1320. Give me a call, and I'll see you when we get back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, flying solo. And I'm chuckling, I'm laughing because on the break, Mark is the producer. I always chat with him and there was nothing. Like Mark wasn't responding. And I was thinking, is there like a find a friend button I can press to find him? And then, I heard a dial tone and then I think I heard a lady's voice and I feel like I'm in a time warp here. It's almost like, if you're in a band and the conductor just turns and just forgets about what he's doing and you're just looking like, I wonder if that would ever actually happen. I'm never really even sure how that would go. But in any case, I haven't heard from Mark, so I'm assuming I'm just going to, until I hear from him, just keep going with this. I'm not really sure. Hopefully everything's good on his end. He's usually pretty great. So one thing, too, I meant to, and of course, big surprise, I ran out of time in the first 15 minutes, is that I just wanted to say where I'm going to be. So December 8th, at 11 a.m., which is a Sunday, I'm going to be in Braintree. And all the details you can find under stephenthemedium.com. So everything's on there, as well as it's on social media. But if you don't have social media, you can just go on my website, stephenthemedium.com. So we'll be at on December 8th at 11 a.m. in Braintree. This is it's called BASE. I can't remember. It's an acronym, and I can't remember what it is. But Meredith and her two sisters are pretty amazing, and they run this school. And last year, I was fortunate enough to do a fundraiser for them, which was pretty amazing. And it was actually, I think it was the beginning of December, very close to this year that I'm doing it on the 8th. I think there were 100 people, I think somewhere around there. And I also did like a VIP portion after I did like the main group, and I had just on December 8th of last year, which is amazing, it's going to be a year, I had my book, The Suicide Gift, come out, which was pretty incredible. So if you're available, if you're around Braintree, get there, and from I come on at 10 to 11, there's shopping. There's going to be like vendors in there that you can, get Christmas gifts, holiday gifts. It's pretty cool. They didn't do this last year. January 5th, I'm at Dunn & Sons in Yarmouth at 3:30 p.m. That's also a Sunday. And February 20th, my first time, I think it's a Thursday night in Lawrence, Mass. I'm at Salvador's Restaurant. This is really cool. I did an event in, it wasn't Lawrence. It was close to Lawrence. At this rehab, that this director of the rehab reached out to me and said, I want to do an event. Would you be the medium? And I said, of course. So a woman that was there saw me. She's been to events that Salvador's has with another medium there, and went to the owner and said, Stephen is amazing, very close to the medium you usually have here. You need to have him here at the restaurant also. So his name is Michael, he's a great, great guy. He reached out to me, and February 20th is going to be it. So listen, I'm going to go to the callers. So let's start this. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hello.
Yes.
Who's there? Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I want a reading.
Ay, Dios mío. You know what? You just can't give me the limelight, can you?
No, Mark had it all planned so that I could call. I am on my way home. I have a wonderful gentleman here. His name is Bob, and he's listening and with me, and I figure I should call you.
Well, we all say a big hello to Bob. Hi, Bob. I love that. And listen, I told everyone about your week and you're away and your amazing presentations and that you're heading home. And the one thing I didn't say, Elix, is that
did you tell people that you probably lost 10 pounds because you haven't had anything to eat the whole week?
Listen. I passed on that. I did some of that, but what I didn't tell them is that Elix had to make a connecting flight, and so he was so close. He like barely made it, and he took a picture and sent it to me sitting down finally. He made the plane with his tongue out, like sticking his tongue out, like, dear God, I made it. And so he said, I can't wait to get home to my boys. And I decided, let me take a picture of Django, our dog, and send it to him. I take a picture of Django, and I swear to God, Django has his tongue out, and he never does.
Yeah.
So he like imitated, like father, like son.
Yes, I love that.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be home. I'm glad that you're doing your show. I'm sorry I'm not there. Hello to everyone. Thank you, Mark, for making this happen. We wanted to surprise you, Steve, so that's why I wasn't responding to your text, because Mark was working behind the scenes to get me.
I'll tell you.
Open line.
I'm not surprised with Mark. I'm not surprised with both of you. And you're right. So behind the scenes, I am texting Elix like, you better listen to the show. Are you listening to the show? Like, how come you're not answering? And had no idea this was happening. So thank you, Mark, and thank you, Elix.
I'm also talking to Bob. I mean, there's a lot that we need to talk about. So, hello.
Listen, sure. I mean, absolutely. Well, Bob has precious cargo in his his vehicle. So, I mean, that's what this is all about. And is Bob the same same guy that took you?
Yes, same person.
That's great. That's very nice. I know
he was super on time. Great guy.
Well, you also said he was a great guy when you got to the airport, so it's good.
Yes.
And you'll be here, and I'll get to eat something. Maybe takeout, because I don't think I'll be asking you to cook. Just saying.
Probably not today, because I am exhausted. I am exhausted. It's been a very hectic week, but a wonderful week nevertheless. A shout out to my clients in Dallas and Omaha.
I love that. I know that you said it was the people were fantastic. So I love that, Elix. It's good. And I'm in my office. Django's downstairs, so he's going to be very excited to see you.
Yeah, and just remind people that next week, next week there won't be a show because the station is not open after Thanksgiving, so we'll resume the following week.
Yeah, I just love that. Yeah, I just want to tell everyone this week, like right now, the Friday 1:00, there's no show. So what you're hearing is it's really not happening. No. It's fake.
No, I meant I meant after the day after Thanksgiving. You know what I mean.
I'm glad that usually my show is the last Friday of the month, and I'm just glad how this all worked out. So I get to do Through the Static, and then in 2 weeks when we resume, we go back to Get a Grip with Coach Elix.
That's right. I can't wait to be back, and I can't wait to be at home and see you guys. So I'm going to let you go so I can keep chatting with Bob, and I'll be home very soon.
Sounds good. And we all say, Happy Thanksgiving, Bob.
Happy Thanksgiving to you also.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mark. Bye-bye.
All righty. So I think, you know what, if there is a call, I don't want to take it yet because I don't want like just 2 minutes with the person because we're getting close to the next break. So if there is somebody waiting, just hang on a little bit longer so I have more time with you. So, and I can, I'm sure just a minute or so, take a break about a minute earlier so that I'll have some more time and I can get to you as soon as possible. So I think I went through all administratively everything that's going on with me. And I also, so I don't forget, just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates Thanksgiving. And I say that because Tuesday in my Zoom call, I had 3 Canadians and their Thanksgiving was, I think, last month, which is just so wild to hear and stuff. And because I just have a minute, let me just say this completely different subject. And I know people are going to say, what is he talking about? I spoke to my best friend last night, Paul, who I told you Monday night, we went out for 3.5 hours, and he owns a funeral home. He owns Perry McStay Funeral Home in East Providence, Rhode Island. And he said to me, guess where I'm going Sunday? And I said, where? He said, well, I have to be in Bristol and I am taking the ferry with my car to Prudence Island. And I'm like, what? Like, just completely thrown. And it's because maybe others know about this. I mean, I can't believe I have my best friend owns a funeral home and I didn't know about this. I had never heard about a green funeral. Never. And when he said a green funeral, I mean, I assumed he meant green in sense of the environment and whatnot. But he explained to me that I think there's 3 cemeteries in Rhode Island. One being in Prudence Island, which he's going to take the body, in the car and go to the cemetery, and it is completely green. I don't know if anyone else is like me that didn't know this, and that so you do nothing to the body when the person dies. You can't, because it all has to sort of merge into the ground, if you will, and the body is actually put into like a basket. Well, that's what Paul said, a basket. And, I just said, I just thought of the song Tisket a Tasket. Should I say a dead man in a basket? I'm sorry. I just said that, but I said that to him. And because I didn't know about it, I didn't know about well, listen, I can say that. I talk to dead people. I know they're not really dead. So I guess I can get away with it. Right. In any case, you go to the beginning of the cemetery, and the car can't even drive in. Everything is completely green, which I think is so cool. And they actually take the body out and put it in a wagon, and the family pulls the wagon to the place where the person's going to be buried. And I think it's pretty amazing that it's all, I think Paul said after 60 years, then that spot can be used again, which just blew my mind. I mean, personally for me, I'm not like a crazy green person, but we like to be green. Several years ago, we stopped cutting down Christmas trees because of that, and got a Balsam Hill, and we're very happy we did that. But hey, listen, that's just a little side note. Maybe Stephen the Medium gave you something you didn't know. I'm going to take a break, and when I get back, I will go to the calls. Okay? And welcome back to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, and Mark pulled it off. My producer had absolutely no idea he was planning with Elix to get Elix in a phone call to the show, which was kind of cool. And again, just saying a shout out to Bob too. I just said to Mark, I love the fact that we could hear Bob in the background saying, hey, that's pretty cool. But let me finally do what I'm supposed to be doing and take the next caller, or the first caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hi, who's this?
Gina?
Gina?
Yeah.
Okay, Gina, how are you? Can you hear me, Gina?
Yes, I can.
Okay. No, I just said, how are you? I just wanted things are good?
I'm okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. So Gina, I am going to connect you with Spirit. Let me ask you something, Gina. Is there a particular person you want to hear from, or open it up? It's completely up to you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
I said, would you like somebody in particular that is in Spirit, or do you want this just to be opened up to whoever starts chatting? It's up to you.
I'm looking for two people. Is it okay to say that?
Yeah, just tell me. Don't tell me their names, but just tell me the connection with you. Is it mom, dad, sister? What was that?
My son and my partner.
Okay, your son and your partner. Thank you for that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they both were coming through anyway, but I'm glad that you told me that in the essence of time. So I'm waiting. You're all right. So this is interesting. Has one of them been gone for a number of years?
Yes, a long time.
Yeah, it just feels like it's been a long time. I don't know if this is your son. It just feels like that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling. Like he's been gone for a long time. First of all, both of them keep talking about the birthday or the anniversary that's really close. Like 2 weeks back or 2 weeks forward. It may not be yours. It may be theirs. It may be somebody else in the family. But just keep it with you, Gina, if it doesn't come. I think he said it's a birthday, your son. So, and two. So do you have two other kids, or were there two altogether?
There were two altogether.
Okay, got it. So your son is validating his sibling. Is this a girl?
Nope, another son.
So why is he bringing up a young girl? Does your son have a daughter?
Yes.
Oh, so there's two. There's also two.
Nope, a daughter and a niece. One daughter.
It could be a daughter and a niece if those are the only two. I don't know. That's what he just said too. But I love that he's bringing up his. So this would be his niece, right? But your partner, even though you say partner, he says husband.
Yep.
I mean, even if maybe if it wasn't legal, that's what he's saying is husband. Who's George? George. It's a GJ name, Gina, like George or John or Jim. I keep hearing.
George, John, Jim.
It's something. One of them keeps saying the GJ name. So just again, keep it with you. There's a reason why they're giving it, and they keep saying you know about it. But you know something, Gina? It also feels like it's a place. The GJ is like, are you connect? Well, just keep this with you, like either the state, like Georgia, or a town that's a G or a J. There's something very, very close that they keep, very connected that they keep bringing up. But your son also says, I want to talk first. And I'm like, shoot, that's what we're here for. Your son just keeps talking about the baby shoes or the small footprints, or do you still have his shoes?
No.
What's the there's something connected to a baby. Either maybe it's not his, maybe it's his niece. That shoes, blanket. There's something that's very, 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 very connected that feels like it's been passed down. So there's nothing that you kept with your son at all.
Not shoes. I have his daughter's slippers from when she was a baby.
Oh, that's what this is then. Oh, wait a minute. This is he had a daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant your other son had the daughter. Oh, that's why he's bringing up the little one. It's his daughter. And you have her slippers?
Yeah, from when she was a baby.
I love that. I thought they were his, but they're hers. I love that he's giving that he just keeps giving a big hug and a big kiss. He's yelling about smoking. But it feels like someone smoked, then gave it up, but then went back smoking. I don't know if this was him. He also keeps talking about did he have a tattoo on his arm?
No.
Wait a minute. He didn't have any tattoos?
No.
Well, who is he referencing then? Does your other son have a tattoo?
Yes.
Oh, so is it on his arm?
Yes, he has several.
Oh, so that's what this is. So, so he's validating his brother also. So, and he also keeps saying when I was asking about the G or J, I got it. It's either June or July he's talking about. There's something, birthday, anniversary, something's in those 2 months.
My mother's.
Not surprising that if your mother's in spirit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not surprising that she's also here and stepping forward. So there's a dad too. But let me also tell you that there's a really strong A name like Ann or Alan.
Andrew.
What was that?
Andrew.
Who's Andrew?
His nephew.
Wow. So this is your son who's living's boy.
Yes.
I love that hey, listen, your son's validating everybody in the family. So he's very, very excited. And he keeps talking about, it's one of two things. Let me start with this. Was somebody cremated?
Yes.
Because he keeps putting something around my neck, which is usually the first thing I go to is, I know it's weird, but it's cremated. And he also, is this him that was cremated?
No.
So this is your husband?
Yes.
Okay, I knew it was one of them. And keeps talking about the ashes. Do you have the ashes?
Yes.
And he also just keeps talking about doing something, or there was a conversation about, was there ever a conversation, Gina, about putting them somewhere or like splitting them or something?
Yes.
So even, you know what, Gina, I love that. Yes. Even if you didn't do it, it's not about you should do it. It's about your husband saying, honey, I know this. I'm bringing this up because it's really me. And who's Bob?
I had an Uncle Bob.
Yeah. I mean, I know sometimes it's weird, but Uncle Bob's just flying through and just letting you know he's here. So, but just know that your son and husband are with you always, and just there, and I keep seeing something with an angel. Gina, what is the angel?
Which one?
I mean, are you an angel lover? You've got a lot of angels?
No, but I have some that people had given me.
So I just heard, not to interrupt, but I just heard the one with the stone in it, or the one with, I don't know, it looks like a stone. It may be not. It may be the same color of the angel. It looks like a rock or a stone. That's what your son just said.
Yeah, I do have it. It's a little, some kind of like box. Kind of like a little jewelry or token box that his daughter's mother gave to me. Well, she bought it for the daughter, and the daughter gave it to me when she was little. And I do have stones in it.
Wow, that's pretty. But there's no angel right around that.
What's that?
Is there an angel around that? Because your son combined angels with the stones.
It's in the shape of, the box is in the shape of an angel.
Oh my God, Gina. Oh, this is so wild. Wow, that blows me away. And he's so excited and so happy that he gets to do this. And Mom, thank you, thank you. And thank you for everything you're doing and have done. And your husband said the same exact thing and said, honey, you're not supposed to be here with me. You're not supposed to be here with your son. You still have things to do here. They just, obviously, as you know, Gina, they love you and they're always with you. And that I just heard your husband saying, honey, every single night I jump in that bed with you, and every morning when you get up, I'm there. So, and he's trying desperately to make you sleep. I don't know what's going on with your sleep, but he's trying.
Bad.
Yeah, he's telling me that it's not good because I can see him putting his arm on your arm, which is always my indication that the person he's talking about is not sleeping. So he said because Gina's brain does not stop; it just keeps going and going and going. So it's very interesting. But I love the validations from your son. And the last thing I'll tell you, Gina, is your son just said something about a barber or getting a haircut. I don't know why.
About him, because he always was getting his hair cut. He was very meticulous with his hair.
Oh, so I love that. So no wonder why he's giving that to me. It almost feels like he did it so much, he probably could have done it for somebody else and buzzed someone's head or hair, which is pretty cool. But he all of this, Gina, is to let you know that they're both here, but also that he's still doing the same thing. He's still getting his hair cut, and he also says he looks meticulous. And by the way, he said, I can't believe my mother said I was very meticulous and didn't say how handsome I was. That's what he just said.
Oh, that sounds like him.
I love him. I love his energy. So I got to leave you with that, Gina, because I got to take a break. But listen, thank you for letting me do this. Know that they're with you. Happy Thanksgiving and a lot of love.
Thank you very much.
Happy thanks, Gina. Thank you, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium. I'm just on break, just thinking like Gina, the call I just finished. Imagine her son bringing up a angel-shaped box with stones in it and actually brings those two angels and stones together. It's pretty amazing. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, this is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Lisa, in essence of time, tell me somebody that you want to connect with.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't. I mean, listen. All right. So then, if you don't, I don't want to like make you force. So let me just quickly open this up and say hello. All right. So Lisa, strong dad energy. So is dad here or in spirit?
Spirit.
Okay. So if your father's starting this, there's two dads. So do you have like either a father-in-law or ex-father-in-law, another father-in-law in spirit also? Okay. Mm-hmm. Both on each side of you. And then there's a really also strong mother, but it feels like a grandmother. Is your mother here?
Yes.
I thought so. So the grandmother, well, two grandmothers are stepping forward. But most importantly, Lisa, where's the little one come in? There's a little boy here that's screaming, Lisa, I keep hearing. So did somebody, it feels to me like they weren't born. It feels like it's, and they just keep doing 2/3. How many, do you have kids?
I do.
All right, let me just quickly say this. When someone young, like someone maybe lost a child, like a miscarriage comes forward, in which sometimes is a little weird for people, but they also do 2/3, which really tells me is that there were 3 kids, including the miscarriage. So somebody's got 2 kids and somebody lost a child. It's got to be somehow connected to you, Lisa. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you understand that.
I do.
Okay, so if you do, and it's a little boy, and he is, I mean, just pulling on you, and just everybody in spirit, whoever he is, just keep saying that how spoiled he is. My God, Lisa, though, your father or grandmother just said, go into your auras, and you, my gal, you are connected. You are really connected. I don't know if you know that or not, but you are.
I've been told. Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel like, wow. I just say, wow. And I'll tell you, and nature with anything with wings is out of control with you. Like, I don't know if you feel like signs are birds or butterflies or dragonflies, but oh yes, someone's got wings on them. Who's got like wear something, or I don't know if it's a tattoo, or if it's jewelry. You don't have something that is like would have like wings or something like angel wings or bird wings or something like a dragonfly?
No.
Well, you say no, and your grandmother just said, I love when they do that. And so I'm at an impasse. Like, I don't tell you, I mean, your granddaughter, give her more information. To me, it feels like it is a tattoo. That's what it feels like. Somebody somehow connected. And it also, feels like it's really connected to you. Do you have sisters?
Yes.
And none of them have tattoos?
No.
All right, so maybe it's a good friend. I don't. Oh, it's Angela, Anna, a name. How is that connected to you?
Yeah, nothing that would be like, nothing that I can think of that would be connected to wings.
Yeah, put aside the wings. Just who's the, because they're telling me how to get there. There's got to be Angela, Alan. There's a really strong A name.
My son, maybe.
Oh, well, that would be it. What is your son's name?
Anthony.
I almost said Anthony. I don't even know if I did. An. But he's here, right? Mm-hmm. And he, I don't know, he may be very young. You sound very young. I don't know, age-wise. But let me just tell you, there's some connection. Oh, I know what this is, Lisa. There was like angels. That's where the wings are with Anthony. Something. How old is Anthony?
Teenager.
So something happened, or potentially, this is the past, this is not the future. Something potentially happened that he was protected by angels. I don't know if this is in the past, that this was health, if this is when he was born. I don't know if this was like a car accident. Do you understand that?
Yes and no. No, but yes.
I love you.
No,
I love
I
you,
can't
Lisa.
think of anything, but nothing that I'm aware of.
So it's not. So then it's not a yes. Make sure you keep it with you. There's something that it may be. You have another child.
Yes.
Okay, who's living also, right?
Yes.
Okay, one of them, I don't know if this is a girl, one of them, there was angels around them. Something, to me, Lisa, it feels like when they were being born, something maybe at the last minute, like maybe they were breached and they turned and they were fine, but there's something going on. And it feels like when they were kids, like babies rather. Mm-hmm. So you had no issues with either one of them?
No.
Unless this is your generation, and it was like you or a sibling, just keep that with you, because somebody was saved, I keep hearing. So just again, if Spirit's bringing that up, they're bringing that up for a reason. And I hate to do this, Lisa. I got to go because I have to do one more call and the show's ending. So
thank you.
Thank you for calling, Lisa.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this? Hello?
Steven. Hello.
Are you building a house? What are you doing?
Hello.
Who is this?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is Linda.
Linda?
Yes.
Okay, I just said to you, are you building a house? I could hear a lot of stuff going on.
I'm sorry, I'm at work. I'm on my break.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you listen, this is a very important thing. You should have a break to do this, right? All right, Linda, someone just yelled out February. What is February? There's a birthday, there's an anniversary. Well, they keep showing me February 14th, Valentine's Day. So it's one of two things, even before I tell you who's here, Linda. It's either February 14th, there's something special above and beyond it being Valentine's Day, or it's the 14th of any month. There's something connected to either one of those things, February or the 14th. And, my birthday is the 14th of June, and they keep reiterating it's one of those two things. Just make sure you keep it with you. Is there a particular person you want to hear from, or do you want me just to open this?
Just open it.
Okay. Who's in healthcare?
No one that I know of.
There's somebody in your family that's really close, either living or crossed, that is in some element of healthcare, either nursing, doctor, pharmaceutical, dental, mental. There's what it feels like? It feels like a school. It feels like a counsel. There's no counselors?
I work at a school.
So that's why I'm being pulled in. It's you. It's pretty wild. It's just, why they do that. It's just to say they're watching. They know where you are. They know where you're going and stuff like that, Linda. There's a young male here. Is your dad in spirit?
He is.
Did he die like 70 or younger?
Oh, no, he was much older.
No, so there's a young guy. I don't know.
That would be my brother.
You took that right out of my mouth. I was going to say, did you lose a brother or a brother-in-law? So your brother. So he just said he's psyched to be able to do this with you. And he's, you know what? It is February, and says, how is my sister not getting this? I'm like, I don't know. Just, it's something, it feels like it's a celebration, like an engagement or something happened in February. So it could be something else. I don't know, Linda. So just keep it with you. Your brother also just keeps saying 4. There's something with the number 4. So were there 4 of you all together?
No, there were 5 of us all together.
Oh, so no, there's 4 left.
Yes.
Oh, well, that would be the 4. So,
okay.
Your brother's got the best sense of humor because, I remember from, I think, Sesame Street when I was a kid watching it, your brother starts singing, one of these things is not like the other. He's up there, you're here. So that's why he wants to make sure in a very quick manner, Linda, that he's validating the other 3 siblings, and there's 4 of you. Your brother just said, just stop and ask Linda how many martinis she's had so far. He's funny, Linda. He's very funny. He's always with you. But he also just said to me, I love my siblings. This one you're talking to is very different from the others. Like, I don't know if that's the way you think. I'm not really sure what that is, but he's saying it in a very complimentary kind of way. And he also keeps talking about the fire. Did he die fast?
He died fast, but not in a fire.
No. Those are two separate things. I just wanted to ask about he asked me he told me to tell you that earlier and I forgot. So I was just throwing in, he snapped fingers, which means he dies very, very quickly.
He did.
But and he said, I don't want anybody to ever hold on to something could have been done differently or anything like that, because it feels like someone still holds on to that. I don't know who this is, but is your mom still here?
No, she's passed.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought that because she feels like she's still here.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, of course. He also, it's your connection with her. There's also something at like 3:30. Someone died, or there's something with 3:30, right around that period of time.
Our dad died at around 3:30.
Wow. So that's making sure you know that. I mean, I know I already asked, and your dad's in spirit, but I love that he's giving that also as a validation. And your oh God, I wish I had more time because your brother's saying so much. He's talking about like the Pandora bracelet or a bracelet, something. Linda, who's got some kind of special bracelet or a hand-me-down bracelet?
I know that could be his daughter. I don't know.
But do you know she has it, or you're just guessing?
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, so they don't give me stuff that you don't know. There's something hanging on my wrist, and it feels like there's charms on it. It could also be your mom that's giving this as a validation. I may be wrong that it's a Pandora. It may be something that, you can't add to. All I can tell you is that they're bringing up the bracelet and there's something very important. And by the way, the fire, there is someone either connected. There's no like fireman or fire anything connected to your family?
My brother, who is still here, was a fireman.
Oh, there we go. Because he just said, you said fire and you didn't explain. I'm like, I'm sorry. He is going to be there for Thanksgiving. He loves you, and I am so out of time. Linda, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving and a lot of love to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Linda. Bye-bye. And thank you, everybody who called. I can't believe, Mark show is after me. You got to stay tuned and listen to it. It's Mark's Jukebox, and it's going to be, I got a little birdie told me the songs are about food. I mean, how cool is that? And he always has explanations and stuff like that. And maybe he's doing it just to make me hungry. I don't know. But I just want to thank everybody that called in. I want to thank Mark. Thank my incredible, handsome husband, Elix, and calling in, and Bob, who drove him here. I can't wait to go down and see Elix. I haven't seen him since Monday. And thank you, Jim, who is the manager of WARA, and all the guys that work there, because you guys are all Spirit's talking to me, so that's why when I stop and can't think of words, it's because they're still chatting. Linda's brother is still chatting with me, so they're all great. Let me just say that, and I hope everybody has the best Thanksgiving. And you know something, lastly I'll say, is that if you're missing somebody and it's very hard with these holidays, do yourself a favor and just get an extra chair and get an extra plate and just put it there as if that person's there, because you know what? That person actually is there. So if it's a dog or a cat, put the bowl on the floor where you're eating. You feel the energy, and I guarantee you when you do that, you're more apt to get signs. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, and a lot of love to all of you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.